in Jersey, right?
Yeah,
this
Jersey
is completely
City.
different?
No, the company we were at, Clear Channel, we were located in Jersey, and now they consolidated, and we're at 6th Avenue, 32 Avenue of the Americas, all in one building, all 5 stations that they have.
So you've been there quite a few years, right?
13 years. That's a long time in
It's a long time. It's a long time to work, period. And then listen, but when I did your show, it was more of a talk show, wasn't it?
Well, I did mornings for 9 years, and now I'm in the afternoons. Afternoons, they don't
Whoopi Goldberg wound up doing his show in Jersey a couple of years ago. No disrespect to Whoopi. I love Whoopi Goldberg, but she said something the other day that I really flipped over. She said, I'm not an African American. I was born here. Don't tell me to go back to my country. She said, that's my kind of woman. So I'm an American. So you black people out there, cut the shit. If you're born here, you're an American. I'm born here. I'm not an Italian. I'm an American, and my father's Italian. If Hitler goes to war tomorrow, I ain't joining their army. Let him dig my father up. Let him kill half a dozen other people. I mean, it's dumb. It's dumb. First they were black, then they were Negroes. Now they're African Americans, which confuses the whole fucking culture. You know, let's just say, well, what are you doing? Obama, you're an American. Why are they making all the fuss with all due respect to his culture? Because they say, well, he's black. He's different. He ain't fucking different. He's an American. He's bright. He's intelligent. It opens the world to say that we're not afraid to put anybody as president. We're not afraid now. That's how great this country is. Sorry, it took over.
No, that's all right.
But I get pissed off.
No, I could hear better from here. So.
Yeah. What's in the future? You doing stand-up?
I'm doing stand-up. I'm actually working a lot of charity work in the area, and I actually performed here last Monday night when they threw you out.
Joe Frazier?
Joe Frazier, yeah.
How'd that go?
The Sunshine. It was good. It was actually Joe Frazier was there, and Larry Holmes came.
Yeah.
It was a tremendous turnout. It was a great cause, and they had 6 different comedians that came on, and everybody did a great job.
Well, that's why.
I didn't even know what the Sunshine Committee was.
Well, I did it a couple of times. That's why this Friars Club is good. They got good hearts. They give us.
Well, I thought the Sunshine Committee was a fund that sponsors Jews who want to migrate to Florida.
You're close.
I was right.
You're close.
Apparently, I was wrong.
They sponsor anything or anybody. That's why it's a good cause. They do big work. Charity is the name of this of the Friars Club. That's what I tell you.
Well, I tell you, I've only been a member for a short period of time.
Well, they want you to leave because you haven't done shit yet. Where do they find out that you enjoy doing the benefit?
Well,
they'll burn your ass here. They'll ask you to do benefits for anything because that's what it's all about. This is like almost a benefit here.
First of all, you don't understand. They ask you all the time because you're excellent. So you're a closer, and you get to do all the stuff. And really, give them he deserves it.
But that's not it.
You're guilty of doing a good job. That's why you get asked all the time.
No. You get asked all the time. First of all, we have people who get asked that don't do it. They don't want to be bothered. Number one. Number two, because they figure that they're being judged when you do if you do a Friars roast. A lot of comics don't want to do this. Well, if God forbid you don't do well, they're going to do. Who gives a shit? Nobody. It's not a contest.
Well, roasting is a lot different. I found that out. I mean,
what did you find that's not different?
Well, for me it was. I mean, I was fortunate enough to win this last contest, and it's a different skill than doing stand-up. I mean, not for somebody like you because you just slide, your whole persona just slides right over.
No, because I'm scared. No. And I'm not afraid to open my mouth and keep talking. Half of the time I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, Johnny.
Well, you do. You like you've said to me personally, you get on a rant, and once you get on a roll,
right,
get out of your way.
But the last roast was not a Friars roast. It was a corporate roast.
Right.
I try to explain to you, Johnny. A lot of the comics didn't understand what I meant. It was a corporate roast because the TV people on the news and the KD Koraks are fucking boring. They are fucking boring. They live in their own little world of television. I mean, no disrespect to that they're women. They're wonderful. They deserve the money. But they only laugh at the corporate situation at that Friars.
Well,
I tell you that right now, you're going to see the next one you do. It's a whole new ball game.
Well, it was a great experience, and I have to tell you, after seeing Tom Cruise come out there for 20 minutes, and we were sitting next to each other on a day.
I didn't hear. I lost my hearing aid. I swear to God, I couldn't hear a fucking thing.
I was writing him notes during the roast. Telling him what the fuck was going on.
I was bothering him. I said, what they say. Tom Cruise, he had a thing with Matt Lauer.
Right. And
that's between the corporate people. And most of the people that were in that audience were corporate. So they're all right. I opened my mouth. I said, oh, Martha Stewart, your towels. Fuck your towels. She got mad. I said, who gives a shit she got mad? But that's what it is. Well, I said, Al Rocket, this is not for you. You're a fish out of water. Oh, how did you come here for? It's fucking funny. I told Richard Pryor when he was in a wheelchair, as soon as I got up, I said, Richard, when are you going to die? And the place laughed because it wasn't meant in anger. It was a roast. I said, you burn yourself. You smoke that shit. Italians, we pass gas and we fucking die. You made a big epic out of the fucking thing. I said, do me a favor. Die tonight. Right now. Die now. You'll be a big fucking thing. Some people laughed. He got up and says, this guy's the funniest guy. So we understand that. But at the corporate thing.
Well, it's a totally different thing. When I performed in front of the Friars Club, you got a crowd that is very, very bright comedically, right. And you can go anywhere with a joke, and they appreciate jokes that are layered, and they get all sorts of different forms of comedy. They've seen great comedy. They know what delivery is. They know what punchlines is. They get the inferences, and then you step out of the Friars Club, and then you go into a huge room that's very watered down with a lot of people that are there just because they have to be there because they're with NBC or this and that and all this other stuff. And it's not the same experience. I'd rather perform in that Frank Sinatra dining room any day of the week than anywhere else. That's one of the best rooms I've ever been in. I've done thousands of gigs.
That's okay, but it was financially great for the club.
Oh, without a doubt. And also, too, I have to tell you, even though I've been on the radio 13 years and I've had the opportunity to pretty much interview everybody, from Madonna and anybody in pop culture that you might think of, and Will Smith and Trump and all the people. But I have to tell you, sitting there when Tom Cruise came out, and Tom Cruise comes out, and it was an amazing experience to watch Tom Cruise. How many people were there? Any people were there? You see it? And when Tom Cruise first came out, I'm saying, wow, he's really uncomfortable. Look at him. He looked awkward. And by the end of his 20 minutes, I realized that he was just this fabulous actor who was nothing more than a puppeteer, and he was playing with us. Because he manipulated the whole thing, and he brought the house down, and he got big laughs. And I'm like, all right, what the fuck do you do now? Tom Cruise.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Well, you know what?
I didn't know what he said. Now, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I didn't know what he said because I couldn't hear either one after his ass.
Well, they said,
I would have, attacked him with comedically. But everybody saw it like Jesus Christ walked in.
Well, yeah, and that's the way he.
We never had that at the regular roast. I mean, I remember I did it with Sinatra, I did it with Dean Martin, I did it with George Burns. We never had that. Oh, it's George Burns. Oh, it's Frank Sinatra. I can't talk.
Well, everybody was treated as an equal.
But not at this roast.
No, and him or I certainly didn't know that, Tom. Not that you had to ask our permission, but there were just so many people on a dais, and I